folks, I'm setting this up on my own, so apologies if you can't see it very well. But today we're going to take a look at this. Now, getting shot. This, you've just seen the pictures of, was my horrible, crappy old Hornby signal box. And I did start some work on it quite a while ago. Well, I get it right in the frame. I did some work on it quite a while ago. I took the top off it because it was all broke. And we've sprayed it all up. Start putting timber fascias on it, and as you can see, there's a gantry there, which is going to go round the sides and round this side. But I don't want it as just that. Doing some research on an old railway line that used to be near me years ago, from Middlesbrough to Whitby, and then it went from Whitby onto Scarborough. I found an elevated signal box that sat on piers above the track. So we're going to try today to take this, some of this plastic card, and some of this stuff, which are Hornby elevated track sections, which thankfully look a little bit like girders. So I'm not going to bore you with the whole thing because it will take me ages to do this, but from time to time I'll pop the camera back on and show you where I'm at, what I'm doing, etc., and you can go from there and have a look. But I'll record where I can, cut it up later, try and make it into something sensible. So let's see what I can do with it. Catch you in a bit. So first things first, got it on one side, we need a platform. Now on my layout, hope you can see this, I'm going to have in front of here an awful lot of points which will take me around my lower level, and it will also take me up to my higher level. So I want it to sit over that kind of area. So I'm going to sit something like this, and then I'll make a little platform and a little runway down here for it to run off, and a little bit under there and a little bit there, but in the centre section it'll basically be cut out and just have girders. So I am literally doing this as I go, so bear with me folks, because this is all in my head at the moment. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. I've no idea even if it'll even look sensible, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway and see what comes of it. So all I'm doing is providing a 10mm platform around the perimeter of the box. The idea today is to get this platform built, or somewhere near anyway. It probably won't get painted up today, but hey ho. So me folks, a second, just while I get somebody to try this. So one of them, and that looks a little narrow. You can see that there, but on my lines on there, he's sitting on the walkway and it just looks a little bit too thin. So let me get somewhere with it. So we're going to have a walkway around. We'll sit something like that. So that line there won't matter. That one will, because that'll be stairs, platform, stairs down. Okay. So I'm going to cut this now, and then I'll come back and give you the better idea in a second. Hi folks, I'm back again. Well, you can see this stuff very well. It's difficult to tell when you're looking at it on the camera, but we've got this stuff here, and we have this that goes with it, which I presume is normally going on a track bed. Now, to give this some strength, because it's rather flexible, I'm now going to go this to this, kind of like that. I really don't know how well this is coming out in this light, but anyway, I'm going to glue it like that to give me some strength for them all, and then I'm going to start underpinning this card base, which now looks like that. So what you're looking at is signal box sits here, has a walk round on the sides, and then that one will take you down to a set of stairs downstairs. This will just sit on top of the gantry. So back in a bit. Alright folks, so it's took me maybe about half an hour, 45 minutes. But what you're looking at there is the basic structure. So, as I said, pardon me, using these, which are just elevated sides for Hornby track, and these that go with them. Oh, not that piece, don't know what that is. One of those which looks like T-section beam. So we've glued them to create these here, and then we've glued two of these together to create these sections here, which are the cross beam legs. So the next job now is to put a brace across them this way and that way at the back, just to keep the legs straight and what have you, and then probably some, if I can twist that a little, some maybe small I-beams there, but I'll have to put a couple of bits of track and gauge it and what have you to make sure the trains aren't going to hit it as they go through, but that would be the general idea, again, to keep them from the legs like that one already is, because they're not solid. The other thing that I have done as well, just as a test at stiffening the legs, is, I don't know if you can see that, but down the back of there, I've used these before, you've seen me use them for drain pipes. They're kebab sticks off barbecues, and all I've done is U-hood it into the back corner, and I'll just paint it in with the legs. And I suppose, you know, one way of looking at it is, well, what's the pipe for at the back? Say it's for anything you want, cables, rodding, God knows whatever else, but it gives the legs a bit of stability, a bit of strength. It just doesn't stop moving side to side. And there's my hot melt gun not working, see? Was on, now it's off. Anyway, I'll carry on, but as you can see, there's the basic structure for now. So we'll keep cracking and I'll come back to you. Hi folks, so here we are at the end of the day. As you know, we started off with that signal box, and I wanted an elevated signal box after seeing a picture of one. So no forward planning, no forethinking, other than I knew I had these things lying around, and other than that, that was the only thing I planned. So on my layout there will be, you can't really see it there, but I put those under there just to check, but there will be a point underneath, and then there will also be several points in front of, because there's lots of crossovers, and Mitchell will come out the way, my little boy trying to get in. I'll let him show his face in a minute, and then it goes off up to my elevated section. So the points were there just to get an idea, see where I was, what it looked like. So the signal box, as it was this morning, we now have a walking platform all the way around. We've also finished all the timber cladding that I wanted on it. We've also clad in the stairs at the back, and yes, you could tell and say it's not the scale, but it doesn't matter, looks alright for me. Looks better than it did. So yeah, and the most important thing was this. As you know, we started this morning, well not this morning, it was this afternoon actually, with a piece of cardboard that we cut out, and we used lots of this Hornby stuff, which, as I've said earlier, is the bridge viaduct supports or elevated track supports, whatever. But we had them, and we had these pieces here that go with them. So these are two of the T-pieces glued back to form legs. Up there we glued one of them to the top of this and then hung it upside down, because I thought it kind of looked like girder work, if you like. Lolly sticks put in as braces just to keep the legs from splaying. Side to side ones, that's because the tracks are running through that way. And then we put a gantry on the top, which is what I was working out earlier. So I decided that I'd board it all off. Thought it might have a board on the top, like a sort of timber deck into it. So that's all coffee stirrers with lolly stick sides. And then this gantry here, if I put that up there, that kind of makes a bit more sense, in that the signal box is looking that way to over all the points, down them steps, along this gantry, and then my only little cheat some ratio. No, sorry, plastruct. Plastruct staircase. I've actually got that upside down. There's a plastruct staircase, so that'll go on to there. But what we'll do is we'll come down, we'll have a half landing, and then the stairs will run off down the side there and probably pin onto that support. Or something like that anyway. So yes, this is off scale to that, but I'm not worried. I didn't want that to be specifically that width. I did put it up early and it just didn't look right to me. I wanted a little bit more to it. So I'll build in the sides to each side of the step, just so that it matches into it. So that's it. This is it, very raw, and I do mean raw. You can see by all the glue that's still hanging about on it everywhere that I haven't cleaned up yet. I didn't have an idea this morning what I was doing. I knew I had them and I knew they were going to be part of it. I had no idea what I was going to do about the legs or the deck or anything else. So once I start, I tend to set ideas come to me as I'm building. So what you're seeing here is literally what I've thrown together out of my head as I've gone along thinking, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll add this on, I'll add that on. But basically, I think I've got, not yet, but somewhere near what I'm looking for. I need to put some barriers all along the edge of this and along there and what have you, and likewise down the stairs and what have you. And it needs a lot of cleaning up and a lot of painting. But in essence, I've kind of got what I was looking for. I wanted an elevated signal box that would sit and look over all of the tracks that are going to run in front, all the point systems that are going to run in front of this. I think there's about 8 points in front of all of this, and a couple of crossovers and what have you. But I wanted something that would stand up there and look like an elevated box. So I'm happy with what I've got. I've still got a way to go on it. But my point I'm trying to get across, as always, you don't have to spend lots of money. These were bought as part of a job lot, so they're what, pennies worth. Coffee stirrers, I bought a box of 1,000 for I don't know what, daft money. Lollipop sticks, again, I bought them, I think a couple of hundred in a box. This, you've already seen the photographs, was part of another job lot. It was all melted under there, the roof was all cracked, the windows were all brittle and gone yellow. So I mean, I haven't paid anything really, and all I've done so far is put my time in. So there you go, there's where I got to with it today, just if you're interested. I deliberately left the gantry open at the back because some of the ones I've seen are like that. I don't think I've seen one that was fully boarded. So yeah, another project that I've started, as if I haven't got enough to finish. And I've still got them there, they're just waiting for all the signage to go on and what have you, which I did the other day. That's all printed off now, so I'll get that finished shortly. And you can see my platform's there for my goods station. And over there is what I showed you the other day with me 31 I've painted. Hang on. And then I've got all my locos that I stripped with my Strip Magic the other day sitting up there, now all sitting in primer. I've got my goods yard that I'm working on, Braces Gate. That's just about finished now. I'm just waiting for bits and pieces arriving, just, you know, to make the goods yard look a bit more sensible. And then I've still got all my platform stuff from that big master station you looked at, so I will finish something, but I just get sidetracked. This has been sitting around for months, since I first put that cladding on the front. Absolutely months, and I thought it's about time it got finished. So anyway, there you go, that was today's project. A little bit of DIY, all cheap, and by the time it's finished I'm sure it'll look good. And before I go, if I don't let this little man on the camera, he's going to bust a gut. So say hello to everybody, Mitchell.
Hello.
There, he's happy now. So there you go folks, another little trial and error kind of day. Some things went right, some things went wrong. I did use my hot glue gun an awful lot more today than I've normally done, because I've got that many different types of stuff that I'm sticking together that one glue just didn't seem to cut it. But anyway, there you go. I've bored you enough. If anybody has any comments or any tips, any suggestions, or even any photographs of any of these floating around that were, you know, because the only ones I've got are all in black and white, so I've got no ideas of colour schemes. So if anybody has any colour Scott photos they might have come across, it'd be greatly appreciated. Right, I'm off. See you later, folks. Bye for now.